Michigan, Mr. Thanedar, for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning. Just a response to the gentlewoman from Georgia and her comments about the infrastructure bill. I want to point out that the infrastructure bill funds 20 modernization projects at ports of entry. So I just want to say that for record, the truth. I would also like to show recent video footage of the Peace Bridge connecting the United States and Canada. As you can see, this is hardly the picture of disorder. My home state of Michigan is also a shining example of how efficient cross-border cooperation with Canada can benefit both our countries. Michigan exports approximately $21.7 billion in goods to Canada annually, including automobiles, pharmaceutical products, and natural gas. Every day, thousands of people travel across the bridges that connect our countries, and I'm pleased to note that CBP has invested in new infrastructure to facilitate this trade and travel with the Gordie-Howe International Bridge project. Once this bridge is open next year, port of entry on both sides will allow for improved border processing. And we couldn't have asked for a better partner than Canada, which contributed funding for a new inspection plaza. Dr. Dawson, my question is, can you speak to how investments in infrastructure, like the Gordie-Howe International Bridge, help accelerate our critical trade relationship with Canada?
Thank you, Mr. Thanedar. And I just wanted to correct that even though I was born in Canada, I too am a gentlewoman of Georgia as I reside in Atlanta, which is also a major hub for direct flights back and forth to Canada and trade with Canada as well. So I agree heartily, investment in infrastructure is a great tool to propel economic development and prosperity in the United States. When you have, in the current condition, $1 million a minute going across the Ambassador Bridge between Detroit and Windsor, which is an old piece of infrastructure that needs to be updated, that presents a lot of challenges, because if you can't get folks across the border rapidly, then you end up with trucks idling at the border. Terrible for admissions, terrible for business competitiveness if you can't get the willing buyer to the willing seller. Also, if you've got border congestion, you end up with cars and school buses and soccer teams in the same lineups as those trucks that are trying to get through. If you invest in infrastructure, you can spread folks out into the correct lanes, and you can screen better for who might be a problem actor and who just needs to get to their soccer game or get to the GM plant.
Now, for my home state of Michigan, the trade relationship with Canada is of vital importance. How can we support CBP's efforts to facilitate this trade while ensuring we maintain robust border security?
Thank you. The CBP does a great job, and I really, the remarks about robbing Peter to pay Paul, I agree entirely with that. Our CBP men and women are trying to do a lot, and they need more, not just in terms of staffing and extra hours, but in terms of technology and the ability to deploy these technologies in infrastructure that allows that. We're not talking about replacing officers with technology, but rather giving them decision support tools so that they can do their crossings easier, better, and also with an increased security profile.
Thank you, Dr. Dawson, and thank you, the witnesses, for your testimony. Chairman, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.